Okay, welcome. In this video, we are going to identify patterns between the signs of numbers in an ordered pair and their location. And we need to become familiar with a little bit of vocab first. Down below is pictured a coordinate plane, and it's basically a grid that's formed by the intersection of a vertical number line called the y-axis and a horizontal number line called the x-axis. So if we look down here, here's our x-axis, and so from 0 to 4 is the positive side of it, just like any number line, and then 0 to the left is our negative side. Okay, and then this y number line from 0 above is positive, from 0 below is negative. So two number lines that intersect, they create basically a grid that is called the coordinate plane. And if you'll notice, this intersection of the two number lines creates four different sections. These sections are called quadrants. You've heard quad before, probably like maybe a motorbike that has four wheels is a quad. So quadrant, and they're written with Roman numerals. So quadrant 1, quadrant 2, they go counterclockwise. I always remember this as the opposite of what my brain thinks it should be, because that's personally just, I want to go the other way. And then quadrant 4. Okay, and that means 1, 5. So 1 less than 5 is 4. Okay, and so now what we're going to do is take a look at the ordered pair. So each of these points down below are found using the ordered pair. So an example of an ordered pair is basically an X, it's an XY pair. So 2, 3, that means I need to go over 2, up 3 to get to this point right here. Okay, and so that's an ordered pair. Now a unique ordered pair is 0, 0, and you find that smack dab in the middle here. 0, 0, and we call that the origin. Okay. And so you move, you don't move at all on the x-axis or the y-axis, you're just smack dab in the middle. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at these four points on the number line, and we're going to look at the signs and where they're located, what quadrants. So I'm going to just make things easier by labeling these A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D, and I'm going to write the coordinates down below here. So 2, 3, -2, 3, -2, -3. Oops, let me try that again. -3, and then last 2, -3. Okay, and then I'm just going to go and write down where I find each quadrant, or where I find each point. So A is found in quadrant 1. B is found in quadrant 2. C is found in quadrant 3. D is found in quadrant 4. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to identify the sign. Is it a positive or negative for each, the X and Y? Okay, so we've got a +2 and a +3. And then I've got a -2, which is my X. And then a negative or positive y. And then both of these, both the x and the y, are negative. And then I've got a positive and a negative. Okay, and one thing I didn't mention, or I didn't say really strongly up above, is when we're looking at an ordered pair, order matters. That's why it's called an ordered pair. The order is always x, then y. So order matters, okay? All right, now what I'm going to do just to like really solidify my pattern is I'm going to go through and I'm going to highlight above my positives and my negatives. So negative, 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 positive, positive, positive. Okay, and again, I'm looking for patterns. So right away I see a pattern, okay? Where A is, quadrant 1, is it's X and Y are both positive. So quadrant 1 is all positive. Okay, and now I see kind of a similar pattern. So across from quadrant 1, I notice these guys in quadrant, all of the points in quadrant 3 are all negative. Okay, and then I see kind of an interesting pattern here between quadrant 2 and quadrant 4, in that it's a combination of a negative and a positive, but the order changes. So if I look here for quadrant 2, it's negative, positive, whereas quadrant 4 is positive, negative. All right, so there's definitely a pattern in the order, or the signs of the numbers in an ordered pair and their location on the coordinate plane. Thank you for listening.